Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. She is back. AJ Lee is back, and I don't care. I do not care. I am buzzing. I am over the moon. I am like a little kid again. I am very, very gassed right now. AJ Lee is back. I'm sorry. I don't care about the rest of this show. I care about John Cena and Brock, yeah, sure. But all of that is overshadowed. You don't understand how happy I am right now to see AJ Lee back in WWE in 2025. It feels surreal. It feels so weird. It feels surreal. It's like it feels even more surreal than when we saw CM Punk back. Because when we saw CM Punk back, he had been to AEW. He had been in and around. He'd gone to UFC. He's been acting. He's been doing this. He's been doing that. Interviews. AEW, obviously. And then he came back. AJ Lee, we haven't seen in a decade. We haven't seen her do anything in so long, or at least in the realm of professional wrestling. We have not seen her do anything. We haven't seen her do an interview. We haven't seen her in, well, I mean, she's done like Comic-Cons, right? But we haven't seen her in so long. It feels surreal. Like, I feel like a little kid again. And this type of thing reminds me why I love professional wrestling. Moments like this. But at the same time, it reminds me that they need to rely on people returning to get a good show. Because John Cena, Brock Lesnar, AJ Lee is the reason that this show was watchable, because everything in between, awful. Don't get me wrong. Everything in between, pointless, irrelevant, awful. They need people coming back. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, AJ Lee, or a Roman Reigns, they rely on people coming back, returning to get that pop in the ratings, to get that pop from the crowd, to get people speaking about them in a positive way. But what happens when all of these people go? I've said it so many times. What happens when John Cena goes? What happens when Roman Reigns goes? Who do they rely on to get these pop in the ratings? Brock Lesnar coming back once every couple of years? John Cena coming back for a promo once every year or two? What are we doing when they're done wrestling? In 10 plus years, what are we going to do? Braun Breaker returns. Tozawa returns. Is that really going to get a pop in the rating? They're not building any new stars. They're not building anyone new. So in 20 years, who are they going to be relying on to come back? There's going to be no one left. But that was the negative part of my brain. There's always a negative part of my brain when it comes to WWE. Even if it's the best thing we've ever witnessed, it's been a very long time. There's still that bit in my head where I'm like, this is going to get ruined. This is because I can't help it. It's WWE. It's Triple H. I'm used to it. I'm used to being let down by Triple H. But AJ Lee returned. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. She's back. It's actually happened. It feels more surreal than CM Punk returning. I cannot believe it. But I am so happy, and so happy for her that she gets to come back and she gets to receive the ovation and appreciation from the crowd, because she hasn't had that in so long. The fans haven't had the opportunity to show her how grateful we are for her and how much we love her. Now she gets to. And hopefully this isn't just a one-off tag team match. Hopefully she gets to do some one-on-one matches. There's so many matches you can do. Right? There's so many. Like, you could name 10 plus people you want to see her wrestle. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley. Like, there's so many. There's so many. We're going to get through SmackDown. We're going to get to SmackDown. Good start, good end, awful middle. Absolutely nothing middle. The entire first hour was based around John Cena, which obviously I'm not going to complain about, you know what I mean? So John Cena opens the show and he's basically saying, well, let me speak about John Cena a little bit before I get to his promo. His last match was originally supposed to be Boston. Right, makes sense. His hometown, his home state, it makes sense. Boston is what it was originally supposed to do. And I think it was supposed to be its own standalone PLE. whether it was going to be called Ruthless Aggression or whatever, apparently based around John Cena. But now, TKO, those money-hungry pigs, put it up to a bidding war. And now it's in Washington. What? You're putting John Cena's last ever match up for a bidding war? Are you taking the piss? TKO are a disgrace. So that was something I wanted to get off my chest. But John Cena opens the show. Last ever appearance in Chicago. And last ever Smackdown. I mean, he's probably going to show up in the future for a promo. But it'll be in the future. This last run, John Cena as an active person on the roster, this is his last Smackdown. Which is kind of surreal, like, when you think about it, how long we've had John Cena around. Maybe since you've been alive, John Cena has been around. And now this is his last Smackdown. That's kind of crazy to even take in. But he's there going, I don't have anything planned. He's there saying, I don't have anything planned. I just came out here to have fun. And then that fun that we were supposed to have quickly gets ruined because Sami Zayn's music hits. Now, this was leaked before the show. Sami Zayn, John Cena were going to have a match. And it was an open challenge. Sami Zayn goes out there. Huge boos from the crowd. I think anyone but CM Punk could have gone out there and got boos. I think Jesus Christ himself could have been in the ring with John Cena and would have got booed out of the arena. Anyone in the ring with John Cena tonight would have got booed out of the arena unless his name was CM Punk or AJ Lee. Sami Zayn was on the receiving end of those heavy boos, but he issues an open challenge to John Cena, and John Cena accepts US title match. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, this is all great, but what about the AJ Styles match, though? What about that? What if we put the IC title on AJ Styles against Dominic Mysterio? What if we did that? And then what if we did an open challenge, AJ Styles, John Cena, one last time? That was a little thing going through my head, but I don't trust Triple H to book that correctly anyway. So we got Sami Zayn versus John Cena. Sami Zayn was getting heavy boos through the match as well, and I think we all knew how this was going to end. It was rumoured and pretty much leaked that Brock Lesnar was there in the arena in Chicago. So I think we all knew how this was going to end, and that's exactly how it did end. The match itself was alright. You know what? It was a good match. It was actually a good match. It was enjoyable. John Cena in this match and his previous match has been doing against Logan Paul, has been doing moves of people he has a bit of history with, right? So the Styles clash against Logan Paul, and tonight he went to hit the RKO. He did hit Edge's spear, which Michael Cole went Roman Reigns' spear, which, I mean, I get he's in AEW, Edge, but you haven't got to completely dismiss the guy. Luckily, Corey Graves said, maybe it's towards another Chicago, individual. So, luckily, Corey Graves mentioned it because it was Edge, and John Cena does have a lot more history with Edge than he has with Roman Reigns. So, Edge's spear, Kurt Angle's ankle lock, and the Angle slam. I liked it. It was a good match. Ends with Brock Lesnar coming out and just hitting 2 F5s. 3. 1 to Sami Zayn, 2 to John Cena. No real creativity put into it when you think about it. He does the same thing he did at SummerSlam. Come out, F5, leave. Do we not want to get a bit creative? Do you not want to cut back to it later in the night and Brock Lesnar's putting John Cena through a wall, backstage, through a car window? Something. You have Brock Lesnar there in the arena available to you. You have Brock Lesnar. You have John Cena available to you in the arena in Chicago. You can do whatever you want with them. You have the magic pen. You can create whatever you want with these two. And they go out there, 2 F5s, leave. What if? Wild concept that I'm sure Triple H isn't even aware of. What if we got a little bit creative? What if we did more than just an F5? What if? But we get Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar, after the match, after the commercial break, says, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza. So, yeah. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, WrestlePalooza. They are stacking this card. They are treating this like a WrestleMania card. In fact, it might actually be better than the WrestleMania card. It might actually be. It might actually be. Sorry, I'm diseased by Triple H's booking. But then after that, we get Priest versus We get Damian Priest. I've wrote down Priest versus Damian. I don't know what my mind was doing when I wrote that down. We got Aleister Black versus Damian Priest, which I'm sure we can all collectively say we don't care about. I'm sure we can all collectively say you'd rather me move on from this. Pretend this didn't happen. Just move on completely from this. Because what do you want me to say? I don't care about this at all. A little brawl before the match. They have the match. Aleister Black wins. What more do you want from me? It is what it is. Don't care. Then we get Julia versus Michin. Julia finally gets a match. We finally get a match for the US title for the women. Finally. But it's pointless. But it's irrelevant. But there's nothing to it. There's no storyline. It's just a random match with Michin. I don't know how Michin is getting all these matches when Dakota Kai got released. That was something I thought about during this match. I was like, I have no problem with Michin remaining on the roster, but she gets so many matches, so many title matches for the midcard. And in my head I'm thinking, what about Dakota Kai? Why did she get released? Dakota Kai versus Julia is way more interesting to me than Julia and Michin. Again, it feels like the midcard titles are just Michin everywhere. I don't understand it, but yeah, Julia wins. There we go, whatever. Julia needs something more. She needs a run now. And I don't just mean with the title, I mean storylines, big matches, PLE matches. Book her something for WrestlePalooza. Otherwise, what's the point in having the title on her if you're not even going to book her correctly? Then Seth Rollins comes out. He's in a box in the crowd. Then Becky Lynch comes out, and I'm gonna say something right now, which might be an unpopular opinion about Becky Lynch. I think this could be recency bias. This could be just in my head right now, so I'm saying it. But in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, no, actually, that's very wrong. But I think Becky Lynch is doing the best work of her career right now. She is flawless at everything she's doing right now. Flawless. Her mic work is the best it's ever been. You want to go back to the prime main event in WrestleMania? It was good at the start, but it quickly became very forced. It quickly became very not what made it organic in the first place. It became very forced very quickly. I think she's doing the best work of her career right now. So she's out there ripping Chicago apart. Then CM Punk comes out and we all know what's coming. And I was on the edge of my seat. For the first time in a long time, I've been on the edge of my seat watching a WWE show because I knew what was coming. CM Punk is there saying, I have someone. I could get my sisters to get in the ring and beat you up. I could get Bayley to beat you up. I could get Rhea Ripley to get you beat you up. And right there, when he said Rhea Ripley, I grabbed my remote. I grabbed my TV remote. And I was 100% ready to dash it through my TV screen if I heard this is my brutality. If I heard that, I would not have a working TV right now. But I knew deep down AJ Lee. I was just a bit cautious because I don't trust Triple H. But thankfully, AJ Lee's music hit, and for the first time in a while, I got out of my seat and I was buzzing. AJ Lee, I can't believe it. Still, AJ Lee is back in 2025. It doesn't feel real. It feels surreal. AJ Lee in a WWE ring in 2025 does not feel real at all. But here we are. Clearly setting up a mixed tag team match for WrestlePalooza. Oh my god. She saved the show. Because as I say, the start, John Cena, he's great. Anything John Cena is great as a face. Sami Zayn kind of hinders that, but it was what it was. It turned out to be a good match, and then you get Brock. Middle, absolutely awful. So if we didn't get a good ending, I would have said this was another awful show, because you can't just keep relying on John Cena. So I would have said this is another awful show. But AJ Lee came out, so it's memorable. We have something to talk about. We have a talking point. We have something to think about the next day. We have something to remember. Not just the same generic show. But I will warn Triple H, as I said earlier in the video, Create new stars, because one day, you're not going to have John Cena. You're not going to have Roman Reigns. You're not going to have Brock Lesnar. You're not going to have AJ Lee. You're not even going to have CM Punk to rely on for these pops, for these rating pops, for the pops from the crowd. You're not going to have these people to rely on. So you need to start building new stars. Otherwise, we'll have nothing left. You'll have Damian Priest and Aleister Black matches on every show. When Randy Orton's gone even, what are you going to be left with? Bron Breakker. Do you trust Triple H to book Bron Breakker to be a next megastar? Absolutely not. But that was SmackDown. AJ Lee is back.